Welcome back to Carlisle times 2. This is one half of the Carlisles. And we are closing in on our final 3 beginner maps chimps. So let's see what the last 3 are going to be. Looks like we have Alpine Run, Park Path, and End of the Road. So let's go ahead and do Alpine Run today. So let's go ahead and see what we have. We have a map that doesn't have too many multi-cross points. What we can do though is probably put our Sauda right about here. Give it a run. There we go. Now what's going to happen is we're going to get a few. One might get through, so we're going to probably have it. There we go. So as long as we get a dart monkey up soon. There we go. Or we can put up, here we go. So we're going to put our tack shooter down. We didn't have to use the dart monkey, thank goodness. Let's go ahead and do a 2-2-0. You see the tack shooter and Sauda both have multiple places to hit the balloons. There we go. So we have a 1-2-0. We're going to get it up to a 2-2-0 for right now. And almost there. Boom. Okay, now we're going to work up towards our Ninja and Alchemist tag team here. Let's go ahead and let's see, where do we want to put our Ninja? Why don't we put our Ninja right below Sauda? And we're going to put our Alchemist just above Sauda. But let's go ahead and get our Ninja to a 2-0-1. Go ahead and give it a little distance right now. And there's Ninja Discipline. We need Sharp Shurikens. And once we get Sharp Shurikens, we're going to go ahead and move to our Alchemist. There we go. So now we'll save it for our Alchemist. Like I said, we're going to put this right above Sauda. Almost. And there we go. Let's put this right here. There we go. We'll do a 2-2-0. Almost. We get Perishing Potions, and then we're going to flip back over to our tack shooter. And there we go. We'll go back to our tack shooter, and we're going to get a 3-2-0. Hot Shots is really kind of good for, it has some good stopping power in these earlier rounds. There we go. Now we're going to jump back to our Ninja, and on our Ninja, we're going to take it up to a 3-0-1. There we go. Now back to our Alchemist, we're going to bring it to a 3-2-0. There we go. Now we're going to go back to our Ninja, and we're going to bring it to a 4-0-1, which will complete our Ninja. And just for record, we will also be taking our Alchemist to a 4-2-0 and our tack shooter to a 4-2-0. And we should be able to get the Alchemist and Ninja up before round 40, which is what we want. Okay, almost there. Around 36. Almost, and there we go. Okay, now we're going to bring our Alchemist up. to stronger stimulant, and that will be the end of our alchemist upgrading. Almost there. Okay, I'm going to slow it down a little because we're going to put down a spike factory. I think we're going to have enough to put one down. Okay, let's go ahead and put it right here. Bottom path. Let's see if we can get a second one. And we're going to set it to smart. I think we're going to be able to. Good. Okay. Now we'll hit this and boom, Sauda. So what we did was we used Sauda's ability. And now what we're going to do is go ahead and get our attack shooter to the 420. There we go, 420. Let's go ahead and head back over to our spike factory. Let's take the top path. So it's a 1 and 2. And we're going to take it up to 3 right now. Later we'll take it up to 4 later in the game after round 90. But for right now we're just going to take it to a 302. And there we go. Now we're going to focus on our monkey villages. We're going to put 2 down. Let's see, where do we want to put these? Let me see, where would be a good spot? Let's do 1 here. Maybe let's put this one right here so they're in range of each other. Let's do a 102. Do a 012. Okay, place a wizard. Let's put the wizard about right here. Let's do a 023. And then let's get our helipilot down. Let's put the helipilot right over here as well. Okay, there we go. And I think that will probably be all we need. Let's go ahead and do our helipilot to a 2, 0, and get it up to a 4 pretty quick. Okay, there. Bring it to a 4. Kind of a waiting game at this point. Around 54. It takes, your money generation's a little slower, obviously, in these earlier rounds. But we will get there. And this team right now will keep it, keep everything at bay, which is a good thing. Okay, so we're coming up on our helipilot to bring it to a 204, should be this round. There we go. Perfect. Now let's jump back over to our monkey village. We're going to bring it to a 022. There we go. Okay, now what we're going to do is get 1 more amp. We're going to take up our wizard to a 024. And once we get it there, then we're going to take our helipilot up to a 205. Okay, there we go. So now we have a 024. All right, and just to let you know what we're going to do, our helipilot will eventually be a 205. We will take our wizard monkey up right after that to a 025, and we will bring our monkey village to a 032 to get the monkey intelligence bureau. And then finally, our spike mines, which will be a 402 on our spike factory. And that will probably be around 91, 92 for the spike. And as you know, helipilot is about 34.5 to be able to get it to the 5. About 28.5 for our wizard to get to Prince of Darkness, and they are a perfect kind of combo for this type of map. And we should probably get our Comanche Commander roughly around 78, I would say. There we go. Still a little ways to go. We're only at round 66. And of course, round 80 and above is where you really start to see the money generating really fast. And of course, 80 is also where you start to see a little more of the complexity of the balloons coming through, Moabs, things like that. And of course, round 90 is where it really gets real. 95 and 98 follow. And of course, round 100, you got to be ready for. Have your offense and defense all set up. And I always recommend, especially in the basic levels or beginner levels, is to ensure that you have your two, and I recommend 2 5 towers in place way before, or before round 90. In this case, it will be our wizard and helipilot that we have up at 5s. Again, some people like to use, for instance, the helipilot, the Apache path. Some people like using the Druid middle path. So everybody's got their own way. I love this team because it is a well-synced team for the beginner maps and, a handful of the intermediate maps. Around 73 now. We are closing in on 10,000 off of our amount. Pretty close, so a little over 10,000 now. Around 74, and I said, yeah, roughly around 78. Maybe we get there at 77. I'm thinking we're going to be there around 78, though. Now, some people may like to throw the Prince of Darkness down first, and there is usually not a problem with that. I have done that on some other maps where I get my Prince of Darkness out faster, and when I've done that, and then follow up with my Comanche Commander afterwards, I've never really had any problems, at least not on the beginner maps. Okay, we got about 4,000 left, a little over 4,000, and we'll put down our Comanche Commander. And then, of course, we're going to turn right back over and save up money for our Prince of Darkness. Okay, we're almost there. Also, maybe more 79 when we get it there. There we go. And Yahtzee. Comanche Commander now takes over. And of course, now we're just going to save up. Nothing's going to come through at this point. The Comanche squad is a killing machine. They destroy and pop those balloons like nothing else. And of course, giving them the radar scanner is tremendously helpful. Once we get Monkey Intelligence Bureau, then there's pretty much nothing left. About 20,000 left. And as you see, we're on round 82 and everything is under control. We're not having to use abilities. About 8,000 left. And we'll have our Prince of Darkness. Not to be mistaken with Ozzy Osbourne, of course. There we go. Almost there, about 3,000 and some change. There we go, 3,000. And like I said, I always like to have these things down before round 90. There we go, we have it. Let's see, where is my, there's hiding under there. Okay, now we have our 0 to 5. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and bring up our Monkey Village to a 032. There we go. And finally, go ahead and get our Spike Factory, which requires 10,000, up to a 4. And that should be all she wrote. Now, for those who maybe this is their first Chimps map, you know, with where we have the team placed, you'll at least get to see what comes out at round 90. Oftentimes, we stack our team closer to the, to the entry point, and you don't really get to see a whole lot coming out. This way, you do. And so, round 90 is going to be where, again, this is where it gets a little trickier for people, especially when you're starting out. There you go. It looks scary. 95 is probably the next scary, and then 98, and then, of course, then finishing it out. And unfortunately, 98 is where a lot of people end up wiping out. Let's go ahead and take our Spike Factory up to a 402, and now we're just going to sit back and enjoy the show. Now, if you need to upgrade, some of your monkey towers, and you need to place them down, there's a good chance you could put them down and utilize that right now. For instance, if you wanted to get a, let's say you have a druid or your super monkey or whatever it may be, or even a sniper, putting them down and letting them get some shots in there so they can rank up some of those pops to upgrade. Because, again, there's going to be a lot of money generation right here. Because, again, we really don't have to put anything else down. So, again, this can be a good place to have some fun. Put down some different monkey towers. I would move them. I would keep them away from the primary ones. Maybe put it on the other side, maybe at the beginning. Just so, you don't nerf or nerf something else. So it's kind of a funny thing. So I would probably put them somewhere else. Like I said, in this one, maybe in the beginning. There's 95. That was one of the ones I talked about. The next big round will be 98. Around 97. $98. This is probably the last really tough round. 99 goes relatively quick. Maybe I'm going to put a spike storm down. Usually, no, I don't think I have to. Let's write it out here. It looks scary. Let's put one down. Let's run middle path. So a 2-4. Okay, 99. Got a little close there for me. I have my spike storm ready to go. Should break up in just a moment. There we go. And that should be just about it. We've got one more little breakdown. I don't think it's going to get through. There we go. Oh, it's close. Woo, it's kind of scary looking. All right, so been a little while since I've done that map, and sorry about that. I didn't realize it was going to get really that close. It probably would have been okay without the Spike Factory, but I just felt compelled to do that. So anyway, hopefully you get through it, and hopefully you learned something from this. And if this is the first time getting through your Chimps map on this one, congratulations, and look forward to the next one. And until next time, peace out.